Hi everyone, welcome back to Rhyme Time. This week we're going to be looking at lots of seasonal rhymes. So we're going to look at rhymes about autumn and bonfire night and a lot of things about Halloween and monsters and spiders and things like that as well. So we're going to start off with a hello song. So if you want to wave and say hello, you can say hello to me now. Here we go. Say hello, hello, say hello, hello, say hello, hello, say hello. Whisper hello, hello, whisper hello, hello, whisper hello, hello, whisper hello. Shout hello, hello, shout hello, hello, shout hello, hello, shout hello. Hello everybody and welcome to another Rhyme Time with me. I'm Kate from the library. So we're going to do a couple of counting rhymes first just to get ourselves warmed up, and then we're going to do our seasonal rhymes about Halloween and autumn and bonfire night. So the counting rhyme we're going to start with today is number 1, Tickle My Tum. So most of you know this one. If you don't, just follow the actions and we'll do the whole thing twice. Are you ready? Number 1, tickle your tum. Number 2, say boo. Number 3, touch your knee. Number 4, touch the floor. Number 5, do a dive. Woo! Number 6, wiggle your hips. Number 7, jump to heaven. Number 8, sit up straight. Very good. Number 9, walk in a line. 2, 3, 4. And number 10, start again. Here we go. Number 1, tickle your tum. Number 2, say boo. Number 3, touch your knee. Where's your knee? It should be down there, shouldn't it? Number 4, touch the floor. Oh, there we go. Number 5, do a dive. Woo! Number 6, wiggle your hips. Number 7, jump to heaven. See if you can go up in the air, that's it. Number 8, sit up straight or stand up straight. Number 9, walk in a line. And number 10, not again. Here we go. Right, let's do one more counting rhyme. Let's do bar, bar, black sheep. That's a nice counting rhyme. It only counts up to 3, but we like this one, don't we? So, are you ready for bar, bar, black sheep? Bar, bar, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Thank you, said the master, thank you, said the dame. Thank you, said the little boy who lives down the lane. There we go. And we're learning a bit of signing as well, aren't we? Right, so that's Bar Bar Black Sheep. So the theme for this week is about autumn and Halloween and a little bit of bonfire night. So we're going to start with some autumn rhymes that you can sing. And the first one is called Leaves Are Falling. So you have to imagine the leaves are falling down. This is a nice one to do with babies because you can pretend the leaves are falling all over their head. Here we go. Leaves are falling, some fell on my nose. Leaves are falling, some fell on my toes. Leaves are falling, some fell on my head. Leaves are falling, yellow, orange, red. And those are the colours of all the leaves in the autumn, aren't they? Shall we try one more time? Because it's a nice short one, this one, isn't it? Here we go. Leaves are falling, some fell on my nose. Leaves are falling, some fell on my toes. Leaves are falling, some fell on my head. Leaves are falling, yellow, orange, red. There we go. Now, another animal that you might see in the autumn quite a lot is one of these. Do you know what this is? It's a squirrel. Now we get grey squirrels and we get red squirrels. This is a red squirrel and you don't see those so often these days, at least not around here. But this is a red squirrel. And we're going to do a song called Squirrel in a Tree, because squirrels at this time of year tend to be very, very busy trying to find food that they can store away for the winter. Is that what you're going to do? Yes, it is, isn't it? So here we go. There's a squirrel in the tree, in the tree. There's a squirrel in the tree, in the tree. There's a squirrel in the tree, and he's looking down at me. There's a squirrel in the tree, in the tree. Now the squirrel's on the wall, on the wall. Now the squirrel's on the wall, on the wall. Now the squirrel's on the wall, and he's going for a crawl. There's a squirrel on the wall, on the wall. Now the squirrel's on the ground, on the ground. Now the squirrel's on the ground, on the ground. Now the squirrel's on the ground. Well, I wonder what he's found. There's a squirrel on the ground, on the ground. Now the squirrel's in the tree, in the tree. Now the squirrel's in the tree, in the tree. Now the squirrel's in the tree, and he's found some nuts for tea. There's a squirrel in the tree, in the tree. So he came down onto the wall and down onto the ground looking for some nuts to take away and hide away for the winter so he can eat them in the winter. So that's our squirrel song. We're going to take him off now and put him over there. Right, now then, what we're going to do, we're going to do some songs about spiders now, because we do quite often see spiders in the autumn, and in the summer they usually live outside, and in the autumn they come back indoors, and they try and find somewhere to hide indoors, and so sometimes you see them at this time of year when they're looking for somewhere to hide for the winter. So we're going to do two songs about spiders. The first one is Incy Wincy Spider, and I'm sorry I don't have my spider puppet. I think it must be in the library somewhere. Here we go. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. Right, this time Incy Wincy is going to go up the garden wall. Here we go. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the garden wall. Down came the rain and made the spider fall. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the wall again. There we go, and you can send Incy Wincy climbing up anything. You can make up other verses if you like and see where else Incy might want to go. We're going to do another spider song now called Spider on the Floor. Now this one, it's hard to see where the spider is because if we're doing this in the library, you can see him on the floor and then he gradually crawls all the way up me and all the way back down. So, but if you can pretend to make a spider with your hand here, and it's going to start off on the floor and it goes like this. There's a spider on the floor, on the floor. There's a spider on the floor, on the floor. There's a spider on the floor. He just came in through the door. There's a spider on the floor, on the floor. Now put the spider on your shoe down here. Here we go. There's a spider on my shoe, on my shoe. Ooh. There's a spider on my shoe, on my shoe. Woo! There's a spider on my shoe. Well, I wonder what he'll do. There's a spider on my shoe, on my shoe. Now crawl it up to your knee. The spider's going to be on your knee. There's a spider on my knee, on my knee. There's a spider on my knee, on my knee. There's a spider on my knee, and he's looking up at me. There's a spider on my knee, on my knee. Now crawl the spider up onto your arm now. Here we go, it's getting a bit closer, isn't he? There's a spider on my arm, on my arm. There's a spider on my arm, on my arm. There's a spider on my arm, but he can't do any harm. There's a spider on my arm, on my arm. Do you know where he goes next? Into your hair. Oh, here we go. There's a spider in my hair, in my hair. There's a spider in my hair, in my hair. There's a spider in my hair, but he can't stay there. There's a spider in my hair, in my hair. Shake your hair and get rid of the spider, and it's going to fall back on the floor, isn't it? Now the spider's on the floor, on the floor. Now the spider's on the floor, on the floor. Now the spider's on the floor and he's running out the door. There's a spider on the floor, on the floor. So we got rid of the spider, climbed all the way up and all the way back down again. So that's enough spiders for the moment. We're going to move on now and do just a few rhymes about Halloween, about monsters and witches and things like that. Starting with the monster song now. I haven't got my monster puppet, but I have got my dragon puppet, so I hope that will work instead. He's kind of like a monster, isn't he? So in this one, you need to pretend to be a monster, and we're going to ask you to stick out your monster arms and stamp your monster feet and roar like a monster. And it goes like this. If you want to be a monster, now's your chance. We're all going to do the monster dance. Are you ready? Wave your arms in the air and all around. Bend your knees like this and stamp on the ground. Take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3. Roar! I hope you were being a scary monster there. Let's try it again, see if you can be even more scary this time. So, if you want to be a monster, now's your chance. We're all going to do the monster dance. Are you ready? Wave your arms in the air and all around. Bend your knees like this and stamp on the ground. Take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3. Roar! There we go. I hope you're a big, scary, roaring monster. So we're going to do another one with the dragon now. Now, we might have done this one a couple of weeks ago, but it is good because it's got a monster in it. And it's called Once Upon a Time, a Knight So Brave. And we need you to roar like a dragon monster 3 times in this rhyme, actually, at the end of every verse. So if you now that you've practiced your roaring, let's see if you can do some more. Here we go. Once upon a time, a knight so brave went to fight a dragon in a deep dark cave. He saw the dragon lying on the floor, but as he got closer, the dragon went roar. Now that the knight was not so brave, he ran away through the deep dark cave. But as he got outside the door, he was chased by the dragon, and the dragon went roar. He ran to the castle far away and stayed inside for the rest of the day. But when he stepped outside once more, down flew the dragon, and the dragon went roar. There we go. So I hope you did some good roaring there. We've got one more song about a monster. Usually when we do this one, we do it with a crocodile, but it works just as well with dragons and monsters. It's called Snap, Snap, Snap. A monster sat in my lap. Okay, it goes like this. Snap, snap, snap. A monster sat in my lap. I stroked him ever so gently, and now he's taking a nap. Snap, snap, snap. He's woken from his nap, and now he's feeling hungry. Snappity, snappity, snap. Let's try that one again. Here we go. Snap, snap, snap. A monster sat in my lap. I stroked him ever so gently, and now he's taking a nap. Snap, snap, snap. He's woken from his nap, and now he's feeling hungry. Snappity, snappity, snap. There we go. I hope you got snapped by the monster there. Right. So we've had songs about monsters, we've had songs about spiders. I think we should do witches now. Should we do witches? Or at least bad fairies, which are very similar. So this one, I lost my puppet. This one is called There Was a Princess in a Tower. I've lost my princess. We'll have to do it without her. So this is the story of Sleeping Beauty. And as you all know, the story of Sleeping Beauty has an evil witch in it, or a bad fairy. So that might work for sort of Halloween as well. And it goes like this. There was a princess in a tower, in a tower, in a tower. There was a princess in a tower long, long ago. A wicked fairy cast a spell, cast a spell, cast a spell. A wicked fairy cast a spell long, long ago. The princess slept for 100 years, 100 years, 100 years. The princess slept for 100 years. Long, long ago. A hedge of thorns grew all around, all around, all around. A hedge of thorns grew all around, long, long ago. And 100 years later, a handsome prince comes riding by. Are you ready? A handsome prince came riding by, riding by, riding by. A handsome prince came riding by, long, long ago. And he cut the thorns down with his sword. Here we go. He cut the thorns down with his sword, with his sword, with his sword. He cut the thorns down with his sword long, long ago. And he searched all through the castle until he found the princess. And then he woke the princess with a kiss, with a kiss, with a kiss. He woke the princess with a kiss long, long ago. And everybody's happy now, happy now, happy now, and everybody's happy now, long, long ago. So if you have any puppets at home, like witches or scary fairies, you can use those in that rhyme. So we just got one more rhyme to do today. And this is about Bonfire Night, which is coming up in the beginning of November. And this one's called The Fireworks Shop. It's a very simple song, and it goes like this. I went out last night at 5 o'clock. I took my money to the fireworks shop. I bought a banger and it cost 5 pence, and I put my banger on the fence, and it went whiz, 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 bang. Then we'll try a different firework. I went out last night at 5 o'clock. I took my money to the fireworks shop. I bought a Catherine wheel. It cost 5 pence, and I put my wheel on the fence, and it went whiz, 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 bang. Let's try one more verse, this time with a rocket. I went out last night at 5 o'clock. I took my money to the fireworks shop. I bought a rocket and it cost 5 pence, and I put my rocket on the fence, and it went whiz, 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 bang. And there we go. That's our fireworks song. So I think we've done all the rhymes. Let me check my list. Have we done everything we said we were going to do? We have. Right. So we really hope you enjoy Halloween and then Bonfire Night. We're going to do our goodbye song now. So do wave and say goodbye. And we'll be back again soon. Here we go. Say goodbye, goodbye, say goodbye, goodbye, say goodbye, goodbye, say goodbye. Whisper goodbye, goodbye, whisper goodbye, goodbye, whisper goodbye, goodbye, whisper goodbye. Shout goodbye, goodbye, shout goodbye, goodbye, shout goodbye, goodbye, shout goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming today. Bye.